Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to discuss with you guys the recent phenomenon that's been sweeping the NFL for the last couple of years, and it's involving quarterbacks and how much they get paid. You can also kind of slide wide receivers in there because their salaries are starting to increase as well. Quarterbacks is the key topic of this video. I have these three quarterbacks here: Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott, and Kyler Murray, and these are guys that are being highly paid but are not elite. And I want to preface this by saying no ownership, no management for any NFL team should overpay for a non-elite quarterback. This is today's game. If your quarterback is not elite, they should not be paid like an elite quarterback. Otherwise, you are temporarily hindering your team from improving for 3 to 5 years. And when I say this, it's because there's rumors that Arizona Cardinals are having trouble finding a coach because they don't really want to take on Kyler's contract or attitude, because his contract is so large that it's going to be hard for them to find key free agents. Same thing for Kirk Cousins. He's due $36 million next year. I mean, that's a lot for the Vikings to pay for a guy who just got upset in the playoffs and who's been proven time and time again to not be clutch in high-profile games. Dak Prescott, on the other hand, he's had his moments, right? And I'm a Cowboys fan, so I could say he's had his moments, but I think it's safe to say he's still not an elite quarterback, above average to good, like these other quarterbacks. But in today's game, you need an elite quarterback, or you have to have a budget quarterback, right? So what's a budget quarterback? It's a guy that's not getting paid like one of the top guys in the league because his performance does not warrant that pay. And that's what I can say about these three guys and others. The Baltimore Ravens are going through that right now, right? They want to pay Lamar, but they're questioning, if we pay Lamar top dollar, how are we going to fill the other holes on our team? Because we're not going to be able to get any valuable free agents because all the money is going to be gone, right? The cap is going to be filled. And that's the same experiences that a lot of other teams are having. If you look at last year's Super Bowl champs, the Rams, they went all in. They paid everyone they needed to pay. They got their Super Bowl. It worked out. They had an amazing team around a non-elite quarterback, above average to good quarterback, but not elite. But they had the team around them. Now, coming into this season, they lost key players, right? They lost Odell Beckham. They lost Von Miller. And they had the worst season ever for a defending Super Bowl champion. And it might be worth it just to get a ring, get that one ring. It might be worth it. Who wouldn't want a Super Bowl? But again, this is not the norm. The norm is you have an elite guy. You have a Brady. You have a Peyton. You have a Patrick Mahomes. You have a Joe Burrow, right? You have these kind of guys that you can pretty much count on, that no matter what's around them, they are good enough to carry the team and get you to a Super Bowl, right? And potentially win one. So Patrick Mahomes is a perfect case. He got his money. The team lost a superior weapon in Tyreek Hill, right? And they're in the Super Bowl now. But they were able to do that because they have an elite quarterback. The team that they're up against, the Philadelphia Eagles, have a young quarterback who has not been paid yet. He is looking like he has the potential to be a good quarterback, potentially elite. But that's a decision that the Eagles are going to have to make, right? If we pay this guy, what do we do to our team? We're going to have to decimate our team, cut a lot of guys, because we can't pay everyone. So that's a decision that they need to make. It'll be an easier decision to make if they win the Super Bowl. But what if they lose? What do you do next year? Do you pay them? Do you give Jalen Hurts the massive deal and risk wrecking the team? The New York Giants are in this situation, right? You have Daniel Jones. For years, he looked like he was a bust. They get the right coach, and this year he emerged to look like an average to potentially above average quarterback. But does that mean he should get paid? I don't think so. I think the new way to looking at the league is, if you're not elite, I cannot pay you. I will have to give you a lower salary, and if you refuse to accept it, good luck at the next team or whatever team is willing to pay you. But we can't do that. We're just going to have to get back in the draft and find that elite quarterback, because you just can't invest $40, $50 million a year into a guy that's not elite, because you're going to have a bunch of average players, one or two good players around them, but not enough to sustain. You can always get lucky. But when we think about history, It was Brad Johnson. There was Trent Dilfer. Those are guys that won the Super Bowl, and they were average at best or maybe slightly above average. But what did they have around them? Superior teams, right? Defenses that was pretty much you couldn't score on them, right? And that's what you need. And you can do that back then because quarterbacks wasn't getting the insane salaries that they're getting now, right? So I think it's something that all the GMs and all owners need to take into consideration. Do we have an elite guy? Yes or no? And if we don't, this is the deal we have to offer them. And if they're not willing to take it, let someone else take on that cap, right? Let someone else take that cap hit. Let someone else sign them. It's okay. We'll go back in the draft. We'll work the board. We'll find our elite quarterback in the draft. But there's no reason to wreck a team for an overpaid, non-elite quarterback. And that's why I'm going to end the video here. Let me know your thoughts. Comment below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you want to hear more, hit the subscribe and notifications. And as always, take care of your mind, take care of your body, and take care of each other. That's all we got. Peace.